A very good Thursday morning to everyone out there across the Wobbles community and beyond. Landon here in the driver's seat with you, bringing you your latest weather and night forecast courtesy of On Target. And folks, we've got plenty to talk about. Very active patterns on the horizon for us, including the potential for multiple rounds of severe weather. We're going to be talking about the current observations and how our atmosphere is expected to behave leading up to that. Getting a look out here early this morning, we've got a warm front that's going to be lifting to the north and east across the region. This is really going to kick up this southwesterly flow. We are going to be warming up significantly today as a result. Many of us are going to be pegging highs anywhere around the upper 80s. A few of us even maybe creeping up into the lower 90s with dew point soaring as well. Going to get a nice taste of summer out there today. As we work into this evening and throughout the overnight, and then we get throughout our Friday, this cold front is going to be approaching and blasting east and southeast through the region as well. This is going to be our culprit, where we will be seeing the possibility for multiple rounds of strong and severe storms impacting the region. Let's get a look across the region, shall we, to kick things off. Cloud cover already is strolling in across the area. Taking a look over Russellville, looking north over 431, courtesy of our WRUS Skycam. We got the cloud cover blanketing over Bowling Green as well, taking a look over the D93 Skycam. So, despite the cloud cover that we do have out there, we are going to still warm up significantly here as we work throughout the day, underneath partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures already hanging out anywhere around the low and mid 70s. We already got dew points up into the mid 60s, and this is just kind of a preview of what this is going to result in. We'll be sending highs up some 18 degrees perhaps by the time we work into this afternoon. Dew points are going to continue to climb as well, priming up our atmosphere for the opportunity at seeing those strong and severe storm chances develop as we work into this evening, right? So let's jump over here and let's talk about it. Let's break down the latest model guidance for you. Here we are working throughout today, and keep your eyes on this deepening stack low pressure system meandering across the northern plains, and this thing is going to nudge eastward over towards the Midwest. As that does so, that's going to churn and burn that cold front closer down to our vicinity, and as we work into this evening and throughout the overnight, this is where our surface map is going to be. Cold front will be right here on our doorstep, approaching here from the west. We get these little short waves of energy that's going to be ejecting north and east over the region. It's going to help encourage that southerly flow to really pump that moisture up across our vicinity, and that is going to prime up our atmosphere with the needed ingredients to support the strong and severe storm chances. First in those ingredients is our instability available within the atmosphere. That's measured by CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. And take a look at what these values are going to do across the great Commonwealth of Kentucky as we work late into this afternoon and into the overnight. Here we are getting into sunset. Here we are progressing into this evening. We got K values at the surface anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram. Folks, that's rather significant. But wait, there's more. Here we are progressing throughout the overnight into early Friday morning. We'll have to watch for another potential round coming through here with these K values becoming very robust once again. And then we work into Friday afternoon, into Friday evening, whenever our peak weather our severe weather is going to be highest, okay? Here we are working throughout the overnight, and then you finally see whenever the cold front passes, that brings an end to any sort of severe threat here in and around and across the region, all right? Now let's take a look at this. Here we are looking at the 500 millibar jet stream, and you'll notice approaching here out of the west, we got these little shortwave troughs that are appearing here within the environment, all right? So if you can take a look, what is going to occur is we're going to have these little short waves of energy, these little kinks in the black contours along the line is going to eject here to the north and east here, over the next 24 to 48 hours or so. Here we are working throughout the overnight. You can just see them. Take a look right there. There's another short wave right here that's sneaking in right here just south of the Tennessee border, ejecting out to the north and east. Folks, we look for these little short waves of energy because they are a promotion of lift within the atmosphere. That is a very important component whenever it comes to severe weather. The jet streak is going to remain very much alive. here across the region, with these multitude of short waves continuing to plow north and east right across the Commonwealth. This continues all the way through Friday afternoon, all the way into Friday evening, and then throughout the overnight before that finally lessens with the passing cold front as we work into the Saturday time frame. Now, we've laid all the ingredients out for you. Let's take a look at the simulated radar that is currently being put out by the latest short-range model guidance. Here we are working throughout today. You might catch a stray sprinkle, otherwise partly to mostly sunny, extremely warm, extremely humid. Here we are working into this evening, and we'll be watching for the first initial round of potentially strong storms working in here from the west. It is worth noting this is going to be a conditional threat, okay? We're going to have to see how things unfold throughout the day and evolve over western Kentucky, southern Illinois, and the Boot Hill of Missouri to see exactly what's going to unfold here, but our guard will be up shortly after sunrise tonight. Then we get another round, again, a very conditional risk if things work out perfectly, for strong and severe storms to blast east during the pre-dawn hours of Friday morning and going through sunrise on Friday morning. And then, this is where even more question marks come into play if our atmosphere is able to recover throughout the day on Friday. Now, the latest short-range model guidance believes this is going to be the case. We could get some breaks of sunshine here to really refuel our atmosphere. And then, look at Friday afternoon into Friday night. Look at these shear markers, indicative of strong rotation within the atmosphere. Looking at our temperature profiles throughout the atmosphere as well, we're going to have all severe weather modes and threats on the table, all right? Damaging winds, very, very large hail will be possible if this comes to fruition. We'll also have the opportunity of a tornado risk in existence as well. But take a look here, Friday afternoon, all the way through Friday evening. Then we get to Friday night, and the primary line finally blasts through here. Folks, have your safe plan in place, have multiple ways of receiving warnings should any be issued. It's not a given. Confidence is kind of weary on this, but given the ingredients within the atmosphere, if we're able to get storms to develop, they are going to become very strong very, very quickly. And with what we're seeing, if these do come to fruition, it is going to be somewhat concerning. So let's jump over here and let's take a look at the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. All of Wobbles is included in a 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather as we work into this evening and throughout the overnight, okay? This is going to be arriving after the sunset time frame. We have got the possibility of large hail, locally damaging winds, maybe an isolated tornado that develops with our initial round overnight and then into early Friday. But then, the most concerning is arriving in Friday afternoon into evening. Nearly the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky has been labeled in a 3 out of 5, an enhanced risk of severe weather. You'll note right there on the confidence level on the bottom left hand of the graphic, right there on the 50-50, it's kind of the flip of a coin because it is a conditional risk if our atmosphere is able to recover throughout the day on Friday after the initial round moves out of here. If it is able to recover, all severe weather modes on the table, damaging winds, very large hail, we have the opportunity of tornadoes. You can see right there on the graphic, some could become strong given our environment that we're going to be dealing with during this time. Torrential rainfall, localized flooding will be a good bet as well. And on the task of the possibility of some excessive rainfall, take a look at the course of the next week. We didn't dive into it, folks, but after we get past Friday night into Saturday morning, we're going to be watching a return of an active pattern as early as Sunday afternoon and evening, taking us into the early days of next week. We're watching another very strong signal that could be bringing another round of severe weather late Tuesday into the Wednesday time frame of next week. So needless to say, stay weather aware and stay on guard as we have got a multitude of disturbances that appear to be taking us here throughout the last half of May. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast for today. Partly to mostly sunny. Looks like we're going to have cloud cover went out for the most part. It's going to be exceptionally warm and muggy, highs near 90 degrees. Scattered strong and severe storm chances after sunset overnight. Multiple rounds possible throughout the entirety of our day Friday into Friday night and evening. And then we look at a little bit of break in the action. Only isolated shower and storm chances Saturday into Sunday. It's going to stay warm and a bit muggy out there. Then we roll into Monday and Tuesday of next week with continued rain and storm chances, really ramping up Tuesday night into Wednesday of next week for another round of possible severe weather. Kentucky weather, right? Drink it in. It always goes down smooth. Folks, it's going to wrap up your Thursday morning Baby Friday edition of your Weather or Not forecast presented by our friends at On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each